Hello, pickle lovers! Today, we're exploring one of the most popular tangy treats in the world, pickles. Whether stacked on a burger, chopped into relish, or simply enjoyed straight from the jar, pickles have a distinctive, briny bite that has delighted taste buds for centuries. But what does it take to turn millions of fresh cucumbers into crunchy, flavor-packed pickles for global markets? In this video, we'll guide you through the step-by-step process at a mega pickle factory, revealing how cucumbers are harvested, sorted, and then transformed into that beloved sour snack. Get ready to be immersed in this fascinating world, where crisp cucumbers meet the perfect blend of vinegar, salt, and spices. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any behind-the-scenes tours of your favorite foods. From sweet treats to tangy pickles, we have plenty more exciting stories on the way. Pickles have been around for thousands of years, used historically as a preservation method to ensure food stability through harsh seasons. Over time, they've evolved into a culinary staple worldwide, with each region adapting its own pickling techniques and spice blends. From classic dill pickles in North America to spicy variants in Asia and tangy cornichons in Europe, pickles come in diverse styles and flavors. Their widespread appeal has driven industrial-scale production, with large factories churning out millions of jars to meet global demand. These mega plants rely on precise logistics, advanced machinery, and meticulous quality control to transform massive quantities of cucumbers into uniform, consistent, and flavorful pickles. In South Korea, a company might produce kimchi-style pickled cucumbers, blending gochugaru, Korean red chili pepper, and garlic to achieve a fiery, fermented taste. Meanwhile, a North American factory may specialize in dill pickles for fast food chains. Both factories share the same general processes: harvesting, brining, and packaging, but tweak flavor profiles to align with regional tastes. The journey starts with the cucumber, specifically pickling varieties known for their thinner skin, crisp interior, and uniform shape. Farmers plant seeds in warm, fertile soils, ensuring the plants receive adequate sunlight, irrigation, and nutrients. Growers often favor high-yield varieties that mature quickly, aligning with factory schedules for continuous processing. Some industrial pickle producers contract directly with farms, guaranteeing a steady supply of cucumbers delivered on specific dates. Crop monitoring helps synchronize harvest time with factory intake capacities, preventing over-ripening or backlog. The goal: cucumbers in prime condition, firm, fresh, and consistent in size to produce the best pickles. Imagine a pickle producer that partners with hundreds of local farms. Each farm receives guidance on irrigation schedules, fertilizer use, and pest management. Satellite technology might track soil moisture levels, prompting a notification to water the fields before cucumbers become stressed. When cucumbers reach the desired size, often just a few inches long, they're harvested either by hand or via specialized machinery. Handpicking remains common for smaller, premium gherkins, ensuring gentle handling and minimal bruising. For larger-scale operations, mechanical harvesters traverse rows, lifting vines and collecting mature cucumbers. Trucks and trailers then transport these cucumbers to the processing plant, sometimes within hours of harvest. Freshness is key. The faster they arrive, the better they retain natural crunch and flavor. Delays can lead to limp cucumbers, affecting final texture. Some factories have dedicated cooling systems or cold storage to keep the produce crisp before processing. A large, commercial farm might harvest up to 50 acres of cucumbers per day with automated machinery. Almost immediately, the cucumbers are placed in refrigerated trucks that maintain optimal temperature during the 100-mile drive to the pickle factory. At the factory's intake area, technicians inspect incoming cucumbers. They look for uniform size, color, and shape, discarding any with blemishes or overripe spots. Automated lines might use cameras or color sensors to detect defects. This initial quality check determines if the load meets production standards or if additional sorting steps are needed. Next, conveyor belts carry cucumbers through a thorough washing station. Sprays or gentle brushes remove field debris, dirt, and possible contaminants. Clean cucumbers continue to mechanical or human-led sorting lines, often grouping them by size. Factories typically produce multiple pickle cuts, like spears, slices, or whole pickles, so consistent sizing streamlines subsequent steps. In a state-of-the-art facility, high-speed optical sorters can process thousands of cucumbers per minute. Any cucumber that doesn't meet the color threshold is pushed off the conveyor using a burst of air, ensuring only top-quality produce continues in the line. Depending on the product line, cucumbers may proceed intact for whole pickles or get sliced, quartered, or crinkle cut into chips. High-speed slicing machines produce uniform cuts with adjustable blades, allowing factories to switch quickly between thick slices, thin sandwich slices, or spears. A gentle but efficient approach is critical. Overhandling can bruise or damage cucumbers, leading to subpar texture. Factories sometimes chill cucumbers slightly before cutting, enhancing crispness retention. Meanwhile, workers or optical sensors remove any pieces that appear bruised or hollow, defects that could compromise final pickled quality. For a sandwich stacker line, cucumbers might be cut lengthwise into thin planks. The factory ensures that each plank has the same thickness, so sandwiches at the final consumer level have a consistent pickle crunch. At the heart of every pickle is the brine, an aromatic blend of vinegar, water, salt, and spices. Each brand or recipe uses a unique combination, adding dill, garlic, mustard seeds, or even chili peppers for flavor. The brine's acidity is crucial to preserve cucumbers, preventing bacterial growth and instilling that trademark tang. Factories prepare brines in massive stainless steel tanks, carefully measuring salt and vinegar ratios to maintain consistent pH levels. Automation ensures precision, logging each batch's temperature, acid concentration, and ingredient proportions. Once ready, the brine is pumped to filling lines, waiting to meet freshly prepared cucumbers. A specialized fiery chili brine might include crushed red peppers, chili powder, and a dash of smoked paprika. Quality technicians verify the exact ratio of spices, ensuring the final product packs the intended spicy punch without overwhelming the vinegar tang. Packaging lines greet jars or pouches, depending on the brand's preference, rinsing them to uphold cleanliness. If the product calls for special garnishes like dill sprigs, garlic cloves, or peppercorns, they're added first. Then cucumbers, whole, spears, or slices, drop into the container typically by gravity or with a gentle push to avoid damage. Factories often arrange pickles neatly in jars to enhance visual appeal, especially for whole or spear-style pickles. Some lines use rotating or vibrating platforms to distribute cucumber pieces, maximizing the container's fill efficiency. Once the cucumbers are in place, the brine is dispensed, covering them fully. In a gourmet pickle line, operators might layer fresh dill fronds and sliced garlic along the sides of each jar. The cucumbers are then carefully stacked by hand, creating a picture-perfect jar that showcases all the spices. After filling with brine, jars travel to capping stations where metal or plastic lids seal tightly. For safety and shelf stability, many pickles undergo pasteurization, heating the filled jars to kill lingering microbes. This can happen via hot water baths or steam tunnels set at controlled temperatures for a precise duration. However, some pickles, called refrigerated pickles, skip pasteurization, relying on cold storage and lower pH brine for preservation. They maintain a fresher, crunchier texture, but require constant refrigeration. Shelf-stable pickles typically undergo pasteurization or other proven methods to remain safe at ambient conditions. A premium refrigerated dill brand might emphasize its cold-packed approach on the label, highlighting that the pickles never reach high temperatures. Consumers often choose these for their extra crisp bite, though they must keep them chilled at all times. After any heat treatment, jars cool gradually, preventing thermal shock that can crack glass or compromise seal integrity. Cooling conveyors or air tunnels bring jar temperatures down to manageable levels. Quality inspectors check for proper vacuum seals, ensuring no leaks or bulging lids, signs of microbial contamination, or incomplete sealing. Next, labeling machines affix brand logos, nutritional info, barcodes, and batch codes. Automated arms group jars into crates or shrink wrap packs, stacking them on pallets. Everything is tracked for traceability, so any quality issue can be pinpointed to a specific batch or day's production. In a high-capacity plant, each jar passes a laser scanner that reads its bar-coded label. If there's a labeling error, like a missing batch code, an automated gate diverts that jar off the main conveyor for inspection, ensuring only properly labeled products proceed. While most large-scale factories produce quick pickled products using brine plus pasteurization, some also handle fermented pickles, where cucumbers ferment naturally in salt brine for days or weeks. Fermented pickles develop complex sour flavors via lactic acid bacteria. This process, more traditional and time-consuming, generally occurs in large fermentation vats or barrels before final packaging. Factories that produce fermented pickles need extra space and careful monitoring to avoid spoilage. The payoff? A tangy, nuanced flavor many pickle enthusiasts adore, reminiscent of classic deli-style pickles. Imagine rows of enormous wooden barrels, each filled with cucumbers immersed in a salt brine. Over several weeks, staff regularly test the salinity and acidity. If the brine's pH drops too slowly, they may adjust temperature or add more salt to steer the fermentation process. Once fully fermented, the pickles are transferred to jars, capturing that old-world sour taste. Beyond standard dill pickles, global palates enjoy a variety of styles. Factories catering to export markets might produce sweet pickles, bread and butter pickles, or spicy kimchi-style pickled cucumbers. Some lines specialize in producing half-sours, popular in certain regions, or incorporate local spices, like curry leaves or masala blends. This flexibility requires factories with dynamic brine mixing capabilities and knowledge of varying pH levels. Swift cleaning and line changeovers between recipes maintain flavor, purity, and quality control. In India, a factory might produce achar-inspired cucumber pickles, blending turmeric, fenugreek seeds, and chili powder. By contrast, a factory in Germany might focus on Sengerkin, which incorporate mustard seeds and a hint of sugar. Both products rely on the same core pickling principles: proper acidity, safe handling, and consistent quality checks. Large-scale pickle producers follow strict HACCP guidelines. Each production stage, harvest, washing, brining, sealing, is monitored for potential risks. Microbiological tests check for pathogens like E. coli or yeast and mold contamination. pH measurements confirm brine acidity. Regular audits and certifications, such as BRC or SQF, reassure retail partners and consumers that the pickles meet global food safety standards. These protocols are particularly crucial for acidified foods like pickles, where precise pH prevents bacterial growth. A factory might implement daily swab tests on equipment surfaces, like slicers and conveyor belts, to detect any biofilm buildup. If test results show elevated microbial counts, sanitation crews intensify cleaning procedures to maintain compliance and ensure every jar remains safe for consumers. Once sealed and labeled, pallets of pickles travel to distribution centers. For domestic markets, trucks handle the journey. For international shipping, containers with temperature controls, if needed, keep pickles stable. Though shelf-stable pickles generally don't require refrigeration, extreme heat can affect jar seals or degrade flavor. Supermarkets stock pickles year-round, thanks to strategic harvest scheduling and global sourcing of cucumbers. Seasonal promotions and holiday or barbecue seasons can see spikes in demand, prompting factories to adjust production volumes accordingly. During summer months in North America, factories may ramp up production by 20 to 30% in anticipation of cookout season. Retailers order more cases of pickles for burger toppings, relish, and side dishes. Logistics coordinators track supply routes carefully, ensuring prompt deliveries before big holiday weekends. Pickle factories strive to reduce waste by converting cucumber trimmings and brine byproducts into animal feed or using them in compost. Water usage is monitored, with recirculated cleaning systems minimizing consumption. Some producers adopt solar panels or efficient boilers to lower energy footprints. In the fields, integrated pest management and drip irrigation help farmers reduce chemical inputs and water usage. Many brands highlight these sustainable approaches on labels, appealing to eco-conscious consumers seeking responsibly produced goods. A large pickle brand may feature a green seal on its jars, indicating that its factory runs on 50% solar power and recycles 90% of its water. On the farming side, the company might collaborate with agronomists to implement natural pest deterrents, such as releasing beneficial insects that feed on cucumber-eating pests, reducing reliance on chemical pesticides. Even pickles enjoy innovation. Factories experiment with unusual flavor infusions, like sriracha-laced brines, maple honey sweeteners, or smoky chipotle spicing. Some lines cater to low-sodium demands, exploring salt alternatives or partial replacements. Others push vegan-certified or organic seals, integrating natural vinegars and minimal additives. Packaging also evolves, with convenience packs, single-serve pouches, and resealable containers targeting busy consumers. Pickle juice shots or sports drinks highlight the electrolyte content, tapping into fitness markets. Factories adapt quickly to these evolving trends, retooling lines for limited edition runs or brand collaborations. A sports nutrition company might partner with a pickle manufacturer to create hydration pickles, touting the electrolyte benefits. The jars feature bold labels emphasizing electrolytes, and the brine formula could be fortified with magnesium and potassium. These collaborations often ride social media waves, with influencers sharing recipes and workout tips involving pickle juice. At every stage, quality assurance teams sample pickles from the line, checking color consistency, crispness, flavor balance, and jar fill levels. Sensory panels evaluate whether the product meets the brand's standard for tang, spice, or sweetness. Laboratory tests verify microbe loads, ensuring safe, stable pickles. Any batch failing to meet standards might be rerouted for reprocessing or discarded. Factories prefer to avoid that scenario by nailing each step carefully. Customer satisfaction hinges on receiving the same crunchy, flavorful pickle jar after jar. Before a new variety hits the market, a taste testing panel might score pickles on a 1 to 10 scale for crunch, acidity, and appearance. If the panel finds the brine too salty or lacking dill flavor, the product development team tweaks the recipe. Only once it receives unanimous approval from the panel do they move into full-scale production. Large-scale pickle production supports entire supply chains, farmers, trucking firms, packaging manufacturers, and more. Seasonal jobs peak during cucumber harvest, with local communities benefiting from stable demand. At the consumer level, pickles remain an affordable staple, bridging cultural divides as a tangy accompaniment to countless dishes. In some regions, pickles hold cultural significance, like Eastern Europe's tradition of pickled vegetables for winter or American barbecues that can't go without pickles on the side. Mega factories help meet these traditions' demands in modern, high-volume formats. In Poland, pickled cucumbers, ogórki kiszone, are a deeply rooted tradition, often served at family gatherings. Factories producing these Polish-style pickles may prioritize organic cucumbers sourced from small local farms, preserving both the authenticity and legacy of regional pickling methods. While cucumber supply and consumer popularity remain strong, factories face challenges like labor shortages for harvest, water scarcity in certain growing areas, and shifting consumer tastes, such as demands for lower sodium. Innovations in automation may offset labor issues, while advanced breeding yields more drought-tolerant cucumber varieties. In the future, we could see factories pivot towards more fermented lines, probiotic-forward brines, or antibiotic-free, organic certified lines, reflecting broader health trends. The industry remains vibrant, feeding global appetites for that perfect crunchy pickle. A future-forward plant could incorporate robotic arms for gentle cucumber handling, reducing the physical strain on laborers. Simultaneously, researchers may develop cucumber strains resistant to certain diseases, diminishing the need for chemical interventions. Together, these advances help ensure pickles stay sustainable and profitable well into the next generation. We've traced the path of cucumbers from sprawling fields to high-speed processing lines that yield millions of jars of pickles. Each crisp bite represents careful planning, technology, and craftsmanship, ensuring cucumbers transform into tangy, flavorful treats ready to enhance meals worldwide. If this deep dive has piqued your interest, consider subscribing for more behind-the-scenes stories about how everyday foods are produced. Leave a comment with your favorite type of pickle. There's always a unique brine or spice combination waiting to be discovered. And the next time you pop open a jar, remember the tremendous journey each pickle made. Harvested at just the right moment, processed with care, and sealed with a satisfying crunch.